Greetings, doctor and fellow friends. Today I'll be discussing about integration of technologies into modern day classrooms. So here are the list of contents. We're going to start off with the background and context, and then we're going to move on to the tools. Tool 1, which is going to be the Desmos Graphing Calculator. Tool 2, which is going to be Google Classroom. Tool 3, Nearpod. And then I'll be going over the evidence and analysis and finishing it off with the conclusion. So, a quick introduction to this topic. Integrating technology into this ever changing and evolving modern day classroom is a very transformative approach that enhances teaching and learning by leveraging digital tools. Not only does it make it more engaging, it also interacts with the students more, making it a very accessible and effective tools considering the fact that everyone has a device nowadays. So today I'll be focusing on three selected tools: the Desmos Graphing Calculator, the Google Classroom, and Nearpod. So each of these tools are chosen carefully for each of their unique abilities to address a specific educational need, I think, that is very important in classrooms and to tackle common problems students and teachers face. So, when integrating technology into education, it is not just mindlessly using them without a sense of direction. Hence why in this presentation, I'll be using the TPAC framework, which provides a very clear and structured approach to integrating technology by balancing technological knowledge, pedagogical strategies, and lastly, content expertise. So let's dive straight into the first tool, which is the Desmos. Why is Desmos a good choice? For its relevance, Desmos directly addresses the challenges of visualizing abstract mathematical concepts that are very difficult to grasp if you do not look at the bigger picture. So it is ideal for introducing new math ideas to learners in a very simple way. It's suitable for topics like linear equation, quadratic functions, and transformation of shapes. This allows students to visualize them, see the graphs, and understand them. Secondly, the purpose of this selection. It supports constructivist learning by allowing students to type out any sort of equation and manipulate the question to make them observe the result, see the curvatures in a visual manner, and allow them to do it real time. It supports visual learning approaches and aligns with differentiated learning styles and enhances conceptual understanding. Lastly, the impact on teaching and learning approach is that students have a higher understanding and better engagement of key concepts through the visualization and usage of the app. It also allows teachers to demonstrate very, very complex ideas dynamically and students to have equations done and projected all on their own pace and on their own. So as you can see, here are some of the pictures of the app and how you can use them. With all the numbers and keyboards, you can just type out the equations you would like to see and it basically shows it to you in a visual. There are a plethora of research done on Desmos. A study by WestEd found that schools that use Desmos actually showed significantly higher maths achievement compared to the schools who did not. And another study in Sweden showed that schools that used Desmos significantly improved high school students' understanding of maths equations, for example, functions. So the ease of use is that Desmos is really easy to demonstrate in classroom settings. You can use screen record captures of editing graphs and illustrating concepts where teachers can pre-record or do it in real time in front of the class. This helps create a very engaging way of instructional videos or tutorials. And these features allow students and teachers to explore mathematical concepts through interaction both in class and remote areas. So the TGCS is that it is the value where it helps in addressing students struggling to connect algebraic equations to graphical representations visualized. So this kind of makes the maths lessons more accessible and intuitive. Second is the innovation, where real-time interactions with teachers, between teachers and students, to address any difficulties when using the graphing calculator helps them instantaneously solve issues. So The success is that it helps student engagement and enhance conceptual understanding by facilitating exploration and discovery. However, the failure is that it really depends on the technology, and there might be a potential for distraction when using. Here are some quick examples in classrooms where I'll be going over the international schools and government schools. So, for example, in international school, ISKL uses Desmos to teach linear equations where they show the slopes and interception of the line on the x and y axis in real time to students and giving them feedback to adjust the instructions or prompts based on the student's understanding. Another example is in Mont Chiara International School, where they integrate Desmos into class to visualize quadratic functions. Students participate in interactive activities as well, where they can predict and verify how a single number on an equation can change the transformation of the entire graph. So, again, the impact is improved engagement and understanding of abstract concepts and a better retention of key concepts. Another way is that it leads to higher student participation and improved performance in maths assessment. Next, in government school, SMK in KL and Penang uses Desmos to supplement into their maths lesson. For example, in Form 3, where students can use the app to explore and visualize equations and demonstrate it during group assignments to class. However, the impact is that due to its limited resources and its new trend, it is not widely popular. But using Desmos increases student interest in maths, where teachers actually reported having improved scores during maths exam, and that it actually improves collaborative learning environment, which is not very common in government schools. So this in turn helps not only in improving students' math skills, but going to the second tool. Why is Google Classroom a popular choice? It is a very good choice. I'm pretty sure many of you have used Google Classroom. It is a very versatile tool where it is applicable across all subjects and grade levels, not to mention almost every single device. It is ideal for quick quizzes, polls, exit ticket. It is just basically a giant platform where everything can be posted. So it serves as a central hub for managing classroom activities and sending out instantaneous real-time announcements. So this streamlines assignments or work distribution, communication, and resources sharing across all subjects, most importantly, anywhere, anytime. So the purpose of this selection is that it helps support active learning and provides teachers with ease of real-time insights into student understanding and giving them work. So this facilitates personalized learning experience tailored to an individual student's needs and their pace, allowing teachers to create a targeted assignment based on the student's proficiency and learning preferences. It helps with all types of subjects and learning abilities. So overall, the impact of this Google Classroom on teaching and learning is that students have easier access to learning materials and fosters better communication between teachers, and this in turn build rapport, positive teacher-student relationships, and it provides a safe and supportive community between peers. So teachers' efficiency through this allows for transparent grading processes, customizable rubrics, and integration of other Google Workplace tools like, for example, Google Forms, Google Slides, Google Docs. Everything that is Google related can be used as a plugin. So as you can see, a student can have multiple classes. So for example, mathematics, he would have one class. Science, you have another class, which is shown on the top picture. And at the bottom picture, once you press into the class you are going to, it shows you all the information, whether it's announcements, homework posted by your teachers, or it can be your grades as well. Students can also share their thoughts or opinions or any questions they would like on the forum, and everyone can see it. And so the research potential for Google Classroom is extremely huge with the integration of educational tech apps and Google tools, since most of the well-known educational tech apps are integrated seamlessly with Google itself, so Google Classroom isn't an issue. This allows educators to innovate their teaching methods by incorporating and utilizing multiple tools at once. For example, they can teach using Google Slides posted on Google Classroom, and they can do a quiz on Google Forms. So this creates multimedia content, interactive activities, and even plagiarism detection tools. So case studies include how Chicago public schools actually showed how the classroom is easy to set up for students, where it's just a single big platform accessible on any devices, where teachers can simplify their process of communicating. So in turn, it reduces teachers' workload, improves student engagement, and fosters a very collaborative learning environment between teachers and students. Next is the TGCS, where value, um, it's self-explanatory, where students and teachers get a very timely and private personalized feedback between each and one another on assignments, great work, very efficiently, and how preset banks for teachers ensure detailed feedback, and it creates a very improved communicating process between teachers and even parents. The innovation is that the dynamic interaction between the app, like on features such as announcement, comment threads, and real-time postings, allows for very swift communication, fostering a very effective and inclusive learning environment. So overall, it saves a lot of time on just one single big platform, where it is giving teachers and providing them with data-driven insights, so teachers can track progress and give out personalized feedback to students. But however, the failures are that it heavily requires on internet connectivity, and if Google Classroom goes down, a lot of information would. We're gonna go over some examples in classrooms for both international schools and government schools. So in ISKL, it is used in almost every homeroom to organize and distribute daily and weekly tasks, homework, classroom materials, announcements, and assignments. So this allows for basically quick collaborative work to be done as soon as you step in the classroom. And in Mount Kiara, it is a external tool used to post things such as Google Meet links for virtual classes and Google Form links for quizzes and assessments. So this impact again helps with classroom management, enhances access to educational resources through links, and helps improve remote learning experience and increase student participation. In Google, in for government schools, it is also quite common for them to use Google Classroom to share digital resources, where teachers can also use it to communicate with parents and talk to them about their child's progress through the chatting feature. So students also work in groups to complete assignment through the chat featured on the platform. Overall, this is a big improvement for government schools, as it helps with the need of using physical materials, and it basically saves a lot of resources and helps out with better communication between teachers, students, and parents, all these stakeholders. It fosters teamwork through collaborative activities, which is encouraged in government, which should be encouraged in government schools, at it as it used to not be so common. So okay, the last tool we'll be going over is Nearpod. So why is Nearpod a good choice? So the relevance is that it transforms very traditional and static lessons into a very engaging and interactive experience for students. So it is very suitable for topics such as history, geography, where it can seem to be kind of boring, as it is versatile for various diverse classroom needs, as it integrates very dynamic media such as VR field trips, simulations, and incorporates formative assessment and collaborative tools between teachers and students to create a very immersive type of learning environment. So the purpose of this selection is to combine multiple content with interactive features while you're teaching the lesson. So as students are looking at the slides, they can participate in games such as polls, collaborative boards, and drawing tools. So this caters to a lot of different learning styles: visual, auditory, kinesthetic, in ensuring that everyone feels included, engaged, and also brings out cultural awareness. So this supports differentiated instruction by allowing teachers to tailor activities to an individual or group based on their learning capabilities. So the impact, again, it boosts student engagement, active participation through gamified activities and interactive videos. It provides a very real time insight into student understanding using formative assessment, enabling very quick adjustments for teachers to give out new instructions. It also encourages critical thinking through group activities like discussion boards and collaborative brain. As you can see on the top picture, these are the lessons. For example, if we are learning about a historical figure, students will be going over the historical figure's introduction, a few slides, and then there will most likely be a collaborative board where students write down three facts they learned about the historical figure. And after that, it goes on to tell them more about the figure, and then a quiz will come up where students will answer and test out if they understood what they have learned. So this can be applied to almost all subjects where teachers can find preset lessons or they can make their own. And at the bottom picture is here, as you can see, it's a discussion board between students, and they're also using the live meeting feature on the app where students are in a meeting where they can discuss and put up their. There are also a lot of research done on this app, such as the Institution of San Francisco Unified School Districts and the Lincoln International Academy shows how Nearpod enhances student engagement and comprehension by providing a platform to conduct interactive lessons, virtual reality trips, and a calling feature for instantaneous feedback. Many schools have reported that student participation has improved, teacher student interaction has become more positive, and it is overall more inclusive. So, the ease of use is that there are preset lessons that can use screen record captures, editing graphs, illustrating concepts, subtitles, which all helps with instructional videos and tutorials. So the value of this is that it keeps students motivated and engaged in a traditional classroom where whatever subject is taught will be interesting, as it offers and creates value by letting students choose and personalize their own interactive way of experiencing the class. The innovation part is that virtual reality is also part of the app where students can explore historical landmarks or scientific phenomena without actually being on there, like going to the moon, visiting the sun, going inside a volcano. Yeah. So while the success of this is that it increases the engagement through multimedia content, it can also be very time consuming where students might get lost and get distracted when they are in the virtual reality world. But it is overall a very interactive way to engage with students. We'll be quickly going over some quick examples in classrooms in both international schools and government schools. So in ISKL, Nearpod is used to create interactive lesson plans for teachers and to especially complicated ones like science and history, where students will go on a virtual reality field trip to interact and interactive videos to enhance their understanding. While Mon Chiara International School uses it more on collaborative work like group calls. So real-time calls where they have a board to put their sticky notes and discuss, and teachers will be able to look at the students' response and give them instructions based on their understanding. So overall increases participation and understanding of complex concepts on mundane lessons, and while providing a very immersive experience which leads to better retention and overall better academic performances. However, in government schools, this is not quite utilized, has not quite utilized Nearpod yet. However, there are a few instances through research where they have used it in their maths lessons to show interactive slides and do quizzes. So it is definitely up and coming where you can actually explain maths concept, and gamification through maths games can help promote a very healthy competition between students during the games, and also increase motivation and engagement and student. So, going over some quick results for Desmos, here are some expert opinions on how it supports constructive learning and should improve maths comprehension. So, as you can see, the evidence highlights that this helps enhance mathematical literacy. As you can see, for Google Classroom, it streamlines classroom management and enhances communication swiftly, creates a very effective collaborative learning platform for both teachers and students. And here are some results for Nearpod quoted from teachers, where it is easy to use and delivers content in a very fun and powerful way through creative lesson plans where students are constantly engaged. So it overall forces students to pay much more attention and interactive compared. So to end it all off of the overall analysis, Desmos Google Classroom and Nearpod in the educational settings offers a very powerful solutions to many different problems. So Desmos being a visualization app, Google Classroom being a platform where announcements can be made in real time, while Nearpod makes the lesson itself very interesting. Hence why I said that these three tools each have their own purpose. They overall enhance engagement, classroom process ease, and the overall outcome of academic results because they all support a very diverse learning style and collaboration. So, by leveraging these technological apps, educators can address global educational challenges aligning with the TPAC framework and TGC criteria. All their real life evidence underscores their effectiveness and improved student outcomes and teacher. Here are the references for this. Thank you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day and learned something from this presentation.